The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud media, from podcasts to independent Black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Community Focus. My name is Melvin Burns, and as we do at 2 p.m., this program is hosted by my brother Gregory T. Roberts and myself. And as you all may know, if you're frequent listeners to the program, Gregory T. is out and recuperating, but I spoke with him yesterday, and we expect him back very soon. So keep getting better, Gregory T. We'll look forward to seeing you back on the microphone soon. All right, today is Friday, the 20th of February. You know what? It was, 58, 59 degrees yesterday. I saw snowflakes today, so that's just how it goes, right? How about some weather? Today, we had a low of 32, high of 45. It says an 85% chance of snow, but I can tell you with 100% certainty, I did see snowflakes. Tomorrow, we have a low of 30, high of 33. Sunday, we have a low of 23 and a high of 30. On Monday, we have a low of 19 and a high of 26. On Tuesday, a low of 45, high of 33 with a 45% chance of snow. Wednesday, 40% chance of snow, low of 27, high of 35. And on Thursday, again, a 45% chance of snow, a low of 23, a high of 30. So it looks like we won't be returning to those 50s for a little while. Okay. Listen, I usually give you guys my 5 list, not my top 5, my 5 list. I'm going to wait and give it to you at the end of the program. We have a great lineup of guests today, so I want to go ahead and get to those. So will you guys join me and welcome to our program, I believe for the first time. We have Miss Cece Riley, Director of Marketing Engagement for Hackley Community Care.
Yes, hello.
Right. And we also have Maria Pena, Marketing and Engagement. I think I left the word out of that.
No, specialist. Hello.
Specialist, okay. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Thanks so much for having us.
Good. So glad to have you guys here. Now, I've heard your names around the community involved with different events, but let's talk a little bit. First, tell people a little bit about yourselves who may not know who you are.
Who our organization is or who we are.
Then we'll talk about Hackley Community Care.
Sure. My name is Cece Riley. I am the Marketing and Communications Director for Hackley Community Care, obviously. I grew up here in Muskegon County, mostly left for college to Grand Valley, and I'm now raising my family here. I have 2 little girls that are 9 and almost 12.
Great.
And my name is Maria Pena with Hackley Community Care. A little bit about myself. I was raised in Oceana County, and Muskegon is now my home for the last almost 13 years. I love the community. I love what I do and working for Hackley Community Care.
Great. Now, for people that may not know, or they may just see the name, tell people what Hackley Community Care is.
Sure. Hackley Community Care is a medical home to many here in Muskegon County. We have about 23,000 patients that we serve annually here in Muskegon. And we provide a wealth of health services. So it's not just medical. We also have dental services, mental health services. We have 2 pharmacy locations. And then we also have services in 17 different school buildings across Muskegon County.
Okay, awesome. So, I know I talk to you folks, you guys from time to time. Let's talk about some things that are going on currently at the health center that are exciting to share with people.
Sure. One of the big new things that's happening just as of last week, we announced that we have a new partnership with Pioneer Resources, and we're
Okay.
able to provide transportation to our
Okay.
patients for their appointments when they're unable to obtain transportation from another service.
Mhm.
We're happy to kind of fill that gap and ensure that they're able to receive the care that
Mhm.
is part of their treatment plan, and really just help reduce that barrier of people being able to get to their appointments.
So, is that a big issue with folks have appointments and the day of the appointment they can't get there, or they don't have the money for, to share rides, those kind of things?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, your patients, are they just from Muskegon County?
The majority of our patients do reside in Muskegon County, but we honestly serve people from Ottawa, Oceana, Kent County. We have patients that are kind of all over West Michigan.
Yeah. And we should back up. We call it it is a healthcare facility, but let's talk a little bit about who can be served there and kind of what the mission is for serving people there.
Sure. So we are one of 2 federally qualified health centers in Muskegon County. And so we really specialize in serving the underserved population. We accept Medicaid and Medicare and really work hard to meet the needs of Medicaid patients in our community, and really want to be a resource for those who have Medicaid, but also those who might have other barriers to receiving care. We have on-site community health workers that can help patients break down any barriers to receiving health care. We also have a partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services and actually have a staff person embedded in our facility to help if somebody comes in and does not have insurance, they can help them work through the process of applying for Medicaid or possibly SNAP benefits if that's something that would be helpful for them. So we really try to provide more than just healthcare to our patients because we know that there are a lot of things that impact a person's health.
Sure. So now, this partnership with Pioneer Resources, talk a little bit about how that'll work, how people can access that service.
Yeah, absolutely. We were so grateful to be able to have this partnership with Pioneer Resources. It's actually being supported by an MDOT grant.
Okay.
And so they're helping kind of underwrite the costs of a set number of rides for the next 3 years for us, which is amazing. And so what we have found is that a lot of patients have barriers to be able to get to their appointments, whether it's the bus schedule is not running to their home or in a time matter that's efficient for them to be able to get a bus ride to our facility, or if it's a short notice appointment, or sometimes Medicaid's unable to provide a transportation to an appointment. We just want to make sure that that is not a reason that somebody cannot get to their appointment. And so through Pioneer Resources, they actually, we have one driver working full-time for us right now with one van, and they're in the process of hiring a second one. So we will have 2 dedicated drivers, 2 dedicated vans that will just be available to service our patients during our open business hours, which is amazing.
So is it something they could call now to say, hey, is that available?
Yeah, absolutely. So if somebody has an upcoming scheduled appointment, they can call our main office at 737-1335 and ask to inquire about transportation services and see if we might be able to help them get to their upcoming appointment.
Awesome. Now, is it just appointments at your facilities, or is it some of the other appointments they might have as well?
So it's both. It's any appointment that is scheduled with Hackley Community Care in one of our facilities, but also if we have to refer a patient to a specialty provider, we are also trying to provide transportation to those appointments when we're able as well. So we know, especially, for example, in the dental world, there are some services that we're unable to provide. We just don't have that level of care within our own dentist office. And unfortunately, a lot of our patients, the only provider that can see them is in Ann Arbor. And that's been a huge barrier for them getting that care. And so we even have Pioneer Resources able to take them to those specialty appointments in Ann Arbor, which is amazing.
Somebody I know close to me had to go, and then they were going to go, then they realized they had to be sedated once they got to Ann Arbor, and it just turned into like a whole thing, and so it's good to hear that.
Yeah.
That's being added. Just, how long have you been at Hackley Community Care?
I've been there for 3 years.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I'm going to be there almost 4 years.
Okay. So even in your time, like you talk about the transportation and even how you work more closely with healthcare. Have you seen it evolve? So like you mentioned, it's not just one thing. Even we're talking about healthcare, maybe safety in the home, mental health issues. How have you seen that evolve, and you all seen that evolve in your time there?
Yeah, I think times are kind of challenging right now for a lot of people. And so whether that's the ability to receive transportation, but another thing that we've seen is food insecurity
Oh,
has
yes.
also increased quite a bit. And so, that's another conversation that we've been discussing a lot at the organization. How can we better support people and make sure that they have access to healthy foods, because that is so intricate to their healthcare outcomes.
Yes.
And so we're also actually this upcoming year going to be partnering with Trinity with their McLaughlin Grows Urban Farm. And we're going to be having free produce in our lobbies for our patients as well to be able to take that home with them. And we know that that's, just one small way to help. But we're always looking into different partnerships and how can we really break down those barriers that are preventing people from living the best lives that they can.
Okay, good. Now there's a disadvantage that happens. The person that's closest to the interviewer gets all the
I
questions.
know.
Oh, no, you're
Sorry.
fine.
Don't think you can hide it. Yeah. So what are some of the other things you guys have going on at Hackney Community Care?
Well, something that we came also to speak about today was our women's health classes
Okay.
that are beginning this year, March, and they're
Okay.
running until next year, February 2027.
Okay.
They go, they're both our providers, our women's health providers,
Mhm.
are putting those on once a month, either a Wednesday or a Thursday at our
Okay.
Clinton location.
Okay.
And then they are about the pregnancy journey, life with the new baby,
Mhm.
and adjusting after delivery.
Oh,
I don't know if you know, but we began our organization in 1992, and it specifically was targeted towards women's health.
okay.
And, we're still continuing that legacy and still trying to provide these classes for the
Okay.
community. So anyone can call and register for these
Okay.
classes.
So they'll start when again?
Next month.
Okay.
I unfortunately don't have the exact date on it. That's on me. And it's at our
okay.
Clinton site, 1550 Clinton.
Okay.
That's where our medical, mental health, pharmacy, and our Now Care locations at.
Awesome. So now with these classes, I mean, it's not like a school class. You can jump in at any point and
Correct.
get something out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Each class is going to be something new. I believe one of them, they're going to teach you about breastfeeding. One of them is going to be about postpartum depression and what to look out for. Another one is going to be bringing in other additional community partners to come and educate these new moms, because it's so important to continue that education even after the baby's born.
Now, I'm not asking this question to be facetious, but it's from my own experience.
Yes.
These are classes specifically for women who are expecting or have new babies.
And their support group.
Okay.
So they can bring somebody with them, a
Okay.
friend, a family member, a partner
Okay.
that can also come and be there to support them during this journey.
And I asked that because, my daughter's older now, but she stayed with me a good part of her life.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't paying attention early on,
Yes.
like in the birthing class,
Yes.
I was kind of snoozing. But then, around 4 or 5 and she was with me, it's kind of like, there's some stuff I need to know.
It's a great question, and I'm glad you brought it up because,
Yeah.
even partners and,
Yeah.
parents can come along to this group class.
Yeah.
Yep. And then transportation can also be provided for these classes as well.
Yeah. Like when our mother was breastfeeding, I was like, I can't help you. I just like,
Yeah.
all I could do is turn the music up and I hear the screams.
Yes.
But
And
No.
yeah, we will
So-
be having a class specifically for breastfeeding. Well, any class they can help you with
Yeah.
breastfeeding, but we will be having one specifically as well.
So I want to encourage, some of you, you guys that might be partners or husbands and support. Feel free to come as well and offer some support to those
Yes.
moms. Okay.
There's also, I know, a class on postpartum depression as well. So sometimes that's something that a partner in the home might notice even more than the patient, or be able
Yes.
to, learn about some of the warning signs, what to look for, how to support someone, what resources are available. So yes, equipping the whole family is really important.
And that's a touchy area.
Yes.
Mhm.
But you can ask the partners, is it a real thing? Yes. And how ways to approach it, delicate. I'm joking about it now, but ways to approach it or bring it up or say, maybe we ought to talk to somebody. So,
Mhm.
it's great that you guys are offering these things and then they're open to people to come and just get some more information. We hear these terms a lot and we all think, well, I read an article on Facebook, so I know all there is to know about it. And so
Yeah.
it's good to have a class so people
Yeah.
get a little more informed.
And then speaking about postpartum depression, sometimes partners can struggle as well
Yes.
during the birth and during, the afterlife of having a children, or just life struggles because you're adding something else to your life.
Yes.
We do provide mental health services to adults, teenagers, adolescents as well. And Cece can talk a little bit more about the mental health services that we have to provide for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, we offer mental health services in almost every building that we're in, actually. It's a huge core service area for us and something that we know is really important to make sure that we're available to support people who are struggling. So not only do we offer those services in our clinics, but we also do telehealth therapy as well. So we can support people at home, and that also helps reduce some of those barriers of getting to appointments. And then we have mental health therapists that are actually positioned in 17 different school buildings across Muskegon County. So we're working with youth all the time, supporting mental health concerns that unfortunately a lot of our young people are dealing with right now.
How are people receiving the telehealth? My mother was older, and once we got her through the technology, she kind of liked it. She didn't have to leave, but some older people are like, I need to see somebody face to face. So how are those being received?
Yeah, we actually have community health workers available to be able to go into someone's home and bring the technology with them and help patients get set up to be able to virtually connect via a tablet to a provider. So anyone who that might be a barrier, we've tried to come up with a way to reduce that barrier as well.
But it's a good way to kind of, when you just need that consult, just to, you don't have to get up, physically go and
I know, like telehealth, you're right. It does take away from that face to face, but there are individuals who have such a busy schedule that, being able to take a lunch break and go outside and do a quick telehealth appointment and still get the service that they need.
That's good. That's good. So what are the kind of things you guys have going on?
Oh, we've always got stuff going on. So if you have not been to our 1550 Clinton Street location in the last year, a lot of people know it as the former Hackley ER building, unfortunately.
We still haven't come up with another way to explain the building. So
I know, but it's,
where?
Most people know where the old ER was. So we've been operating an urgent care out of that location since COVID. That's open 7 days a week for the entire community from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. But as of last March, we actually expanded our service array there. So we put almost $5 million into renovating that space. And we now have 31 exam rooms there that we do both urgent care and we're people's primary health care home there as well. And then we have 4 rooms designated to mental health care at that facility. And then we also, really exciting for us, we were able to add a second pharmacy location at that Clinton Street location as well. And this one also provides drive-through. And so you don't need to be one of our patients to utilize that pharmacy. So if it's in your neighborhood and that's a convenient place for you to come receive care from us, we were able to add that service there as well. So that's been really exciting for us to have that nice city kind of in the core of the city of Muskegon there.
You said something, being a federally qualified health center, to use the pharmacy, anybody can use it.
Correct.
Without a prescription, a prescription, but anybody can use that.
Yes.
Even your services, you don't have to be on Medicaid.
You do not.
To use the facility.
No.
Some people have that misperception. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So we take almost all insurance. We take private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, and then we also support a lot of people without insurance. And so we have a sliding fee scale program to help cover services and medical and dental and mental health. And then we also have a patient prescription assistance program to help individuals who don't have insurance and are struggling with some of those higher cost medications that they need as well. Good.
So folks, you get good care. Don't think you can't go there if you are below a certain level or above a certain level. So we'll make sure people get that information. And again, it's in your neighborhood if you need to get a prescription filled.
And we help the whole patient throughout all stages of their life. It's not just one service that we're providing medical. We, like she said, we have community health workers on site that can help you with any barriers that may be affecting your life.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What do you like most about working for Hackley Community Care?
Me. Just kidding.
Maria,
That's not what she said in the pre-interview.
I think so. One of my favorite things about working, especially in the marketing world at Hackley Community Care, is that we really are and try to be integrated in the community. So we do a ton of education and outreach in the community. We do about 60, sometimes even more outreach events a year where we're boots on the ground, interacting with our community members, walking in parades, putting on our own events. And so I really love our organization's commitment to really supporting people in this community to live healthier lives.
How about you?
Oh my gosh. Aside from Cece, my boss, I come from the finance world
Okay.
and now I am in the healthcare world.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't think I could ever go back. I love working for nonprofit. I love, like Cece said, being out in the community and giving people resources that's going to help better their lives
Right.
is my favorite thing to do. And I love being able to be as, creative and just educating, our people, even though they may not be our patients, but just educating an individual on how to have a better lifestyle.
Correct. Now, a lot of folks are familiar. You mentioned the outreaches. You said maybe August, early August, late July. You guys have you block off Baker Street in Muskegon Heights,
We sure do.
and you have this big street party. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I would
I've
love
been
to
out the
talk
last
about
couple of
that.
years and just have a great time out
Ah,
Yay.
thanks. Yeah. So, since Maria and I have been the marketing team
Mhm.
at Hackley Community Care for the last few years, coming out of COVID, we really felt this sense of people were disconnected from their communities. A lot of people were at home, stores were closed, they weren't getting out and having that same level of socialization and interaction with their community, which we know is a key factor in people's ability to live their healthiest lives,
Mhm.
is that social connection piece. And so Maria and I kind of got together and said, well, what can we do about that? So I said, let's throw a huge block party and just invite
Mhm.
everyone to come together as
Yeah.
one community and
Yeah.
really celebrate each
Mhm.
other. And so the first week of August during National Health Center Week every year,
Mhm.
we've been throwing a big block party event on Baker Street. I believe the date this year is August 5th, if I remember off. It's the first Wednesday in August.
We'll have
I
you guys
think it's
back close to
August
that
5th.
event, but
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to that.
But we do a ton at this event. So we provide free lunch to the community who comes. We have a huge children's area.
And let me
with
say, when you say free lunch, we're not talking about box lunch, bologna chips.
No.
No,
Good.
we've had Country Cooking partner with us the last couple years, and
Yes.
they've done like a chicken walking taco or a beef walking taco. Last year we had a hot dog truck out there as
Mhm.
well. We have free snow cones from Frostbite.
Mhm.
And then we have a DJ Young comes and joins us and
Mhm.
always plays some really fun tunes for the crowd.
Uh-huh.
We have community resource partners that come on site and join
Mhm.
us. And then something that I know Maria and I think is really cool we're able to do at this event is we purchase and stuff 400 backpacks and give them away to kids at this event too.
Mhm.
So has everything they need for back to school, being in August. And then we've had a really cool partnership that we're hoping to continue this year with Age Well Services and the YMCA. And we've basically set up that Muskegon Heights Farmers Market with a totally free produce farm market for people.
Mhm.
That's been supported by a USDA grant that Age Well Services held the last 2 years. And so last year alone, we gave away 900 cinch bags worth of free fruits and vegetables to our guests who came, which was really, really awesome. So we just like to throw a great opportunity to bring out the community where people are dancing in the
Yeah.
street and
Yeah.
getting their faces painted. And it's really just a great time to, celebrate
Yeah,
one
it really
another.
is, like for an old timer like me, when I get out there, last time I didn't get any food. I spent so much time walking around talking to people I hadn't seen all summer or seen, they're like, hey, you still here? I'm like, yeah, you still here? But that's what I enjoy. Just you get out there, you see people you haven't seen in a little while, and just
Mhm.
walking around and seeing the kids, and it's like a block party. Just I always go and just see a bunch of folks I haven't seen. in a
I
while,
love
and
that.
We
just have a
had
good time.
1,400
Is that
last year
right?
come within 3
Yeah.
hours.
Wow,
Mhm.
wow. That's good. And say it's one of the events when you guys start that comes to my mind. It's just a really good time. For the
Thank you.
community.
We work really hard to
And,
put that on for the
and a lot
community.
of
So
your
we
partners
appreciate
share a
that.
lot of good information also.
Yes, they
Mhm.
sure do. And we make sure that all of our service lines, our staff love it too, because they all get to get out and interact with our patients in the community
Yeah, I was going to
as
say,
well.
I noticed the staff seem to really be having a lot of fun out there.
Yes. Oh yeah, we
Okay.
usually have a dunk tank or something
Yeah.
and make our leadership get in there and
That's always
let the
good.
kids
Yeah.
dunk them.
You save up your hostility for that. Huh?
Yes, exactly.
Let me ask you guys. I always ask people this kind of question. I mean, I know you got a lot of challenges. You don't have an unlimited budget. I'm pretty sure, but what are if Director Mike comes in and says, you know what, guys, the checkbook's open. What are some of the things you guys like to really see in the future?
Ooh.
God, you have a whole hour?
Yeah. We haven't been able to think that creatively yet.
Providing, so how Cece said, we have that free like farmers market style.
Mhm.
I would love to be able to do that more. And
Uh-huh.
not just a one-time thing for them in the community for a year, one time during the year,
Mhm.
but do it more frequently, and showing our community healthy, yummy ways to cook produce,
Yeah.
like not just steam your vegetables.
Sure.
I would love to be able to provide that more for
Mhm.
them, or be able to provide more classes, like cooking classes, to
Mm,
help the
yeah.
individual beyond the medical service that we're
Yeah,
providing.
yeah. Like you said, it all fits together. You know, you
Yes.
can, you know, all these they fit together. So I mean, as you see patients, this is good, but there's some other parts of your life we need your help. We can help you get lined up.
Yes.
So I can see that.
Yeah,
And-
we're actually kind of taking this lifestyle medicine journey as an organization. And
mhm.
so we have a couple physicians at work who have taken some time to really study lifestyle medicine, which kind of focuses on 6 core pillars of health. So it's
Okay.
not just, your blood pressure read. It's what are you eating? Who are you connecting with? How are you sleeping at night? And so we've been really working with our staff to help them understand what these pillars are and how they impact your
Okay.
health. And eventually, like Maria said, I think we'd love to be able to better support patients to have the tools that they need to make sure that they're sleeping well and eating right and being able to move their body in a way that benefits their overall health outcomes.
Awesome.
And of course, all of this we've been able to do this because of partnerships with our community partners and grants.
Mhm.
So like I said, if we were able to access more funds or
Mhm.
more donations,
Okay.
I think me and Cece would want to put it directly back into the community.
Okay. Anything else come to mind? You think about that? Or would you let Maria speak for the whole department?
No.
No, she's pretty spot on. I do think, Maria and I have always said we'd love to be able to do more events, and because we're really located all over Muskegon County too.
Sure.
So right now we really only have the capacity to do the large block party event in August, and then we also put on a trunk or treat event for families in October.
Mhm.
But I think if we had more resources, we'd love to be able to do at least a quarterly gathering where we're really helping foster those social opportunities for social connectedness.
Okay, good, good. And we got a couple of minutes left. I want to make sure we cover a couple things. First of all, if people have questions, want to contact Hackley Community Care, what's the number to call?
Yeah, so our main number is 231-737-1335. Also have to give a plug for our Facebook page because Maria does an incredible
Okay.
job
All right.
keeping tons of resources out on our Facebook page. So if anyone's not following us on Facebook, we'd love to see them kind of keep track of what's going on there. And then they can also visit us online at hackleycommunitycare.org.
Okay, and let's go back and revisit the 2 big announcements or pushes we had out today for everybody. May come in late today.
Yeah, so brand new as of last week, we are now offering transportation for our patients when they have a barrier receiving care, and we're happy to be able to provide that service in partnership with Pioneer Resources. And then the second one is that we're getting ready in March to launch a new series of free women's health classes for the community as well.
Great. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. We got about 30 seconds. Anything else we didn't cover? You said, gee, I wish you had asked me this. We got a few seconds. Did I miss anything?
Any events that you would like us there representing Hackley Community Care, please reach out to the marketing team. We would love to be at your event.
Yeah, you can contact us through Facebook or through our website.
Make sure folks get that. You do community outreach, so you get to a lot of events, but make sure people know you're open.
We love being out there
as well.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Guys, again, thank you so much. Cece, Maria, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Hopefully we have an audience. I didn't say at the beginning that it's not just in Muskegon, but it's a couple of stations. So between that and Facebook, we have people that listen from some of everywhere.
Awesome.
So hopefully they've been informed not just about Hackley Community Care, but about federal qualified health centers.
Wonderful.
And maybe some things to kind of prick them a little bit about doing some things about their health.
Awesome. Thank you, Melvin.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in. You have an invitation. You got some big things going on. Come back anytime. Okay.
We will.
All right. Folks, this has been Hackley Community Care with Maria and Cece. We're going to take a little break and we'll be back with our next guest.
Many travelers dream of experiencing the beauty of Tanzania, from its stunning national parks to vibrant cultural sites, yet the costs often seem overwhelming. But with Visit Tanzania for Less, exploring this East African gem on a budget is not only possible, but incredibly rewarding. Whether you're a solo backpacker, a volunteer, or just a budget-conscious traveler, we provide valuable insights and resources to make your journey unforgettable without breaking the bank. Book your trip now with just a $300 deposit and flexible monthly payments until your travel date. For more travel inspiration and tips, follow us on Instagram or visit us at visittanzania4less.com. Visit Tanzania for Less, your dream adventure within reach.
As an Olympic athlete, I prepare for everything. So when I became pregnant, I thought I was ready. But at 32 weeks, I was diagnosed with severe preeclampsia and had an emergency C-section. Looking back, had I known the warning signs, I would have talked to my doctor sooner. Too many women die of pregnancy-related complications, and most are preventable. If you or someone you know is pregnant or recently had a baby, learn the warning signs. It could help save her life. Hear her.
This Friday, the heartbeat of the motherland drops.
Let me show you now. We came from the motherland. I'ma hold you down.
Get ready for One Africa, the Imara Project.
You smell like and taste like love.
A powerful celebration of our culture, our history, and our unity through the sounds of Afro beats and Afro soul.
We are one people. We are one people.
From the bustling cities to the vibrant villages, from the drums to the mic, this is the music that connects us all.
She knows she's the truth with them braids, twists, afro. I say you better let 'em know.
One Africa, streaming everywhere this Friday. One Africa, where the rhythm meets the soul.
When smoking gives you COPD, you learn to lie a little bit. You make up excuses like, I have to get my keys. You guys go on. Anything so you can walk at your own pace. I used to do that all the time. Those lies don't work anymore. My tip is, the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Like smoking isn't that dangerous.
You can quit. For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome back. As we always promise, we have exciting guests and folks that get us informed about the community. It's no different today. Will you join me in welcoming to the studio? We have a group here. We have Miss Shameika Johnson, Shantina Wyrick, and Katie Bowden. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Is this the first time for all of you being on the program?
Yes.
All right. Well, sit back and relax. This is community focus, as folks know, and we just talk about things going on in the community here. So we'll talk a little bit about what you all do and get some information out to our community. All right. Shameika, let's start with you. For people that don't know you, other than wearing your Delta Sigma Theta jacket, tell people a little bit about yourself.
I'm Shameika Johnson. I'm principal at Edgewood Elementary in Muskegon Heights.
Okay. And Shantina?
I am Shantina Wyrick. I am the site coordinator at the Muskegon Heights High School.
Okay.
Project Focus.
Okay.
My name is Katie Bowden, and I am the site coordinator at Edgewood Elementary for Project Focus.
Okay, great. So I know we have a couple things we want to talk about today. Let's start off. Let's talk about the kindergarten roundup.
So we are planning kindergarten roundup for March 12th. It'll be a all-day thing, but the main event is from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So we're going to invite families in with students that are potential enrollees, 5 years old, so that they can get a glimpse of what it would be like to be a student at Edgewood for kindergarten.
Okay. Students, is there like they have to be 5 already or turning 5?
So by September 1st, if they're not in district, so it was open to everybody, they can be 5 by September 1st, and then anybody that is outside the district, they would need to be 5 by December 1st.
Okay. Is there anything parents need to know before they come to the roundup, or any specific information they should bring with them?
Definitely their birth certificate, those just different demographic information. So proof of income, not income, proof of residency, the birth certificate. Off the top of my head, my secretary deals with this, I'm sorry. For certain demographic information that you would normally need to enroll. would definitely be beneficial to bring along.
Okay. Now, Edgewood School has what grades in it now?
We're currently K through 2.
K through 2.
I mean, that was last year. K through 5.
K through 5. And how many kindergarten classes do we have there?
We are currently serving students in 3 different kindergarten classrooms this
awesome.
year.
Okay. Now, you all are site coordinators. So, other than me and the rest of our audience, tell us what site coordinators do and what you all are doing there at Edgewood School.
Oh, Edgewood. So site coordinators, we run the after school program. I'm at the elementary school and Shantina's at the middle school.
Okay.
And it's a free program for students enrolled in the district. And runs after school Monday through Thursday through the school year. And then we also have programming for 6 weeks in the summertime.
Okay. Is it one specific program or you have a variety of programs that take place?
It's one specific program, but we do a large variety of activities during that programming time.
Okay.
So they all have some sort of educational basis to them based on the requirements from our grant. But that could include things from playing games to, inviting visitors to field trips and things like that.
Okay. And Ms. Warwick, you are the site coordinator at the middle school.
Yep. So let me start off by saying there's a lot of great things happening at Muskegon Heights Public School Academy system.
Okay.
And Project Focus is one of them. Like she said, I have 6th through 12th grade.
Okay.
And it's a grant a 21st century grant program ran through True North Community Services.
Okay.
And we just teach enrichment and building students up, mind, body, and soul. Like tomorrow, a group of my students, we're going up to help Navarro's give away free tamales to the community.
Oh, okay.
So it's just teaching kids how to better themselves.
Okay.
Doing homework and improving grades.
Okay. So how do you decide what programs to offer the students?
It's based on the kids' needs and that we service. I know, like for my students, I am a proud graduate of Muskegon Heights.
Okay.
Let me say that. So, just reading, writing, and business ethic, and just what they need in life, building them.
Okay. Good. And what kind of responses or participation are you getting from the students, and do you get feedback from the parents also?
Oh, we do. Yeah, we do. And the parents seem to really like the program, and the kids, they like it too.
Okay. How about at the elementary level?
Yeah, same. Right now I'm full with a wait list. So we're in the process of trying to hire somebody else so we can get some more students enrolled. But yeah, they're all really enjoying it right now. They're disappointed when the days we don't have it. In fact, they said to me this morning, "Do we Project Focus tonight?" No, sorry guys, it's Friday. So
okay. And how late are they there in the evenings after school?
6.
Till 6. And I don't have kids school age anymore, so I don't know this stuff. So do you provide transportation home as well?
Yeah, we do.
6?
We have busing available for all of our students free of cost.
Snack and supper.
Yep.
Oh, great. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's a free program.
Yeah. Yep. No cost.
Every parent can afford that.
Right.
Ms. Johnson, tell us a little bit more about Edgewood School and what things are going on there these days.
We have adopted a new curriculum this year for both literacy and math. So our bookworms curriculum is for literacy, and we are also using illustrative math this year. We switched from previously using Success for All for reading, and we were using Saxon math prior to this year. And just in the process of us transitioning to the new leadership that we have, they consulted with us to see what our thoughts were on whether or not we felt that it was necessary to change and actually listen, which is great.
Yeah.
And, just seeing the success that has been had for both curriculum from other districts around, we were hoping to be able to have some of those same gains. So definitely, using the data and listening to the staff made a difference in making sure that we could have new curriculum for this school year, which is paramount in order for our students to grow.
And Muskegon Heights takes a lot of lumps from a lot of places, but those of us that bleed orange and black,
Absolutely.
we take it and we keep going.
Yep.
But I've always been fond of elementary school and the environment there. You talk about this new curriculum. How has that been received by the teachers, and can you see a difference in students with this new curriculum?
I can for certain. So without talking too much about the previous curriculum, I see the students more engaged this time. Last year we definitely dealt with some angst as to the curriculum that we had because of how regimented it was. And it wasn't something that they felt connected to an extent. I mean, there were definitely benefits, but I do believe with something fresher, they have new, tangible materials. They are able to, it's broken down in segments so they don't feel like they're just overwhelmed. And I do believe that it's being received pretty well on both ends from staff and students.
Well, good. It's good to hear. Anything else you guys got going? What are we about? Halfway through the school year?
Yes, we just had our 100-day celebration after the snow days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a half minus 10 snow days.
But so we're just shy. I mean, we're kind of going downhill for the remainder of the school year. Just past the 100-day mark, so about 80 more days, give or take.
It's been a while. How do you guys? We went through. Came back from break. We had one day, then 3 or 4 snow days.
It was.
How do you guys manage this? It's like, because the students, they wake up every day hoping it's snowing, of course. Until they can see their friends. Well, now they can. So that's kind of was like you kind of wanted to go to school because you couldn't talk to your friends, but now I guess they can.
Yeah.
But so after 2 or 3 snow days, it's kind of like I gotta get out of this house.
Yeah.
But students wake up, they don't want to go to school, of course. But I'm just thinking like they came back from break. I think they were at one day, then they were out for a couple.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage that?
Honestly, we try to just keep rolling. You have plans that you are going to, that are prepared prior to leaving for a break. So kind of just pick up where you left off and try to make, gains as far as not losing that time, figure out ways to close that gap. But you kind of just have to roll with the punches.
Nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing else you can do about it.
Yeah. And I guess you guys kind of get the same, kids are kids, so school's good, but the after school stuff, the fun stuff.
That's right.
Because I know school's closed, but are we going to have after school programs? So I like to ask people. One of the things I enjoy doing this program, and people, I get to talk to a lot of different people, which is a blessing. But why and how people enjoy what they're doing. You talked about being a Muskegon Heights graduate. What do you get from what you do? What do you enjoy about it?
Well, I like putting back into the community, and the children are our future. We have to secure our future, and why not, pour into them, So yeah, and I love the smiles and then we missed you. Where you been? So yeah, they pour into me too.
Good. How about you?
It's just fun to see them learn and grow. You watch them struggle with some things and you work with them and then all of a sudden it starts to click, and that's just so amazing to see. And you realize it's only one kid maybe, but you're still making a difference. And just giving them a safe place to be after school, with people who care about them, and want them to do well. So
right. Now again, school districts, they don't take students, takes teachers and administrators, but it takes parents and volunteers too. So let's as we have these, I always think I got thousands of listeners listening to me on Fridays. It may not be that, but I just act like it is. But let's act like our thousands of listeners are listening, and they want to know what could they do, how could they help the school, what could they do as a volunteer, as a parent, to help the school.
As a volunteer, in regards to parenting, definitely showing up when we put the call out for different events that we're having, and programming. It does matter when you show up. If you're telling your student, I'll be there for that program, and you don't show up, it makes a difference in how they maintain, how they perform. We had a program yesterday, and I saw it with a couple different students looking for their parents. So, things definitely come up, and, life happens. So you can't always be there, but showing up for your students, helping them to value education, studying, even getting ahead if you can. Just making sure that they are well-rounded beyond the classroom. And letting them understand that the rules that you set at home definitely apply at school. And then talking to them about what your experience was as a student yourself.
Okay.
Because a lot of times I see students feel they struggle to ask for help. And I have it with my own child, actually, being able to break things down as if you're not the first person to experience this level of struggle. So you can seek help, and it's not a bad thing. You're seeking to understand something as opposed to just allowing yourself to not understand it. So that definitely matters as well. And just, being present, having communication, making suggestions with your teachers, the students, teachers, and staff, all of that matters.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, that's the main for me. Parents just showing up and being involved. It takes a village, so we have to all come together and be the village.
Okay. And your programs, do you have a place where people can volunteer if they're not parents to help out?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
What would folks need to do if they wanted to volunteer?
Contact either of us and fill out the
background check.
Yep.
Okay. And you say contact for each of you. Can you tell folks how they can contact you?
You can call right to the school. We have a direct line that says Project Focus at each school.
Okay.
Yep. Same. We have phone numbers listed right on the school's website. And then also for Shantina and I, if you go to truenorthservices.org, you can find our contact information on there as well.
Okay. So we talked about being a little past halfway during the school year. You project ahead to middle June. What's a successful school year for you?
A successful school year. Right now, for me, the social emotional balance would be, I won't say a top priority as far as, in comparison to reading or literacy, but definitely getting our students to learn how to best operate with one another, learning to advocate for themselves and each other. As I said, being comfortable with struggling and, finding that there is success even in that, lessons in that. I would say the obvious, when it comes to the data, we can see some growth from where we started in the fall. As I just said as well, parents showing up more frequently to be present, even if it's just to come in to check on their student or come in to volunteer. Community engagement, partnerships, people calling to step in to do any of the resource fairs that we might have, or just, we have partnerships that come to us all the time. So keeping those coming and, just having student voice to say, Ms. Johnson, I enjoyed whatever that program was. Well, I'm doing better in this particular subject. Being able to see light in people's faces for me is what I'm aiming for, in addition to the data, because that definitely matters. It drives everything.
Yeah, sure. I still like to ask you ladies that same question. What you get to June? What's a successful school year for you?
Growth, definitely growth. Seeing the kids doing things that they won't normally do. Like we just took the kids 6th through 12th grade ice skating, and no one had ice skated, including me. And I'm a little old, so my bones, I couldn't try it, but I was encouraging the kids, and they tried it. Every last one of them. We took like 18, and they all tried it.
Yeah, and it's exciting when they do something they didn't think they would do, and they get to to get the courage to get out there. They're going to be teased, and everybody can have fun. That's just always a tremendous experience. How about you? What's a good school year for you at the end of the year?
Like Ms. Johnson said, the social emotional growth is huge. Just getting them to, even verbalize those emotions and realizing it's okay to have all of them.
Sure.
But another one, like Shantina said, is those new experiences. She went ice skating last week. Wednesday this week, we had Jerry DeCare in. He's an artist for Marvel Comics. So he came in and spoke to our students about how math plays such a large part in drawing and sketching, which ties into our big STEAM challenge this year, which is superhero focused as well. So they really enjoyed that. And, not not everybody gets to see those things or talk to people that do those things. So it was a really cool experience for them.
Now, will your program end at the end of the school year, or will you have summer programming?
Oh, we have summer program too.
Oh, okay. Do you know what that'll look like already, or will it, what the hours look like? Or anything?
We normally partner for the summer.
Sure.
So and it's a little bit different. So last year, Miss T and I were both at MLK, and the program was exclusive there. This year, she's now at the high school, middle school, and Miss Katie and I are at Edgewood.
Okay.
So in essence, like she said, it would be 6 weeks for the most part. There will be enrichment, and then there will be time for them to have some fun. So pretty much that'll be the gist of it. We just have not necessarily outlined the full parameters.
Okay, but people can expect to see that.
Most
for some.
definitely.
Yeah.
Most
Good.
definitely.
Good. What is some of the feedback you all get from the students that are in the program? What kind of things do they tell you?
Well, the kids say they love it. They love
They
it.
do.
And besides trying to be our leaders, yeah. And we're letting them speak more for themselves and plan more activities that they want to see. So we have people coming in, teaching them how to cut hair and do hair and how to cook and how to manage businesses. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to Navarro's. So that's going to let them see how small businesses in their community are ran, and then they're able to also give back also. So, it's giving them a lot of experiences, saying all that in one event.
That's a big part of it, isn't it? To get them engaged as things they're interested in, and every time into all the other things we're trying to teach them, and let them know we're listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I commend you guys for the work you're doing with our youth and trying to move our kids forward. We got a little bit of time left. I want to make sure we go back to kindergarten roundup, where and when, what folks need to do, and if they need to register in advance.
So again, it will be March 12th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
There will be opportunities for families to come in a little bit ahead of that at some point during the day so that they can actually see our classes in action. But ultimately, it is an opportunity for them to get a full understanding of what kindergarten expectations should be like for their students. There'll be readiness assessments. There'll be some oral assessments from one of the local dentists. We'll have some giveaways, just some fun things. But ultimately, we're trying to assess where the students are and if for their preparedness for kindergarten. And it won't be if you don't do so well, you're not admitted. It's more so to get a gauge of where they are so that we can know, how to properly plan for their placements in classrooms so that we can group them and that type of thing. But ultimately, again, they just need to bring those different demographic documents that they would for enrollment for any other student. And we can give them a full list of those things when they come up. We'll try to work. I'm definitely going to put out some more information ahead of time so they can have those before them. But it's just an opportunity for them to understand what we have to offer at Edgewood in regards to kindergarten. And again, we're at 3 classes strong this year and hoping to do the same thing for the coming year.
Okay. Project focus at Edgewood at middle school and high school. If students haven't participated, can they still become a part of it as the school year is going on?
Yep.
Okay.
We're always taking applications. Like I said, right now I'm in the process of trying to get somebody hired to get another staff member in so I can enroll some of those kids that are on the wait list right now. But yeah, certainly if there's interest, reach out to one of us and we can give you more information on where to go from there.
Great. I always try to make sure I've covered everything, but anything that I did not cover, you think I want to make sure we get this in today?
Well, we're going to be planning to visit you. So we're going to have the kids interview with you if that's possible. So,
we can make that happen. Yeah, I'll get the spotlight until they. No, no. Certainly, the station here is real involved in the schools, and we certainly would look forward to doing that. And if we get them on here, give them an interview, and I just show up and talk. But we have some great people here that make all of this magic happen, and so we'd certainly love to show them around and kind of show them what happens. And it's more than just sitting here and rambling like I do. We look forward to that. Great. Ladies, thank you all so much for coming and joining us today. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a brief break. I'm going to come back and wrap up our program for today.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud media, from podcasts to independent Black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.
All right, I am back. You know, I usually start the program with my 5 list, not my top 5, but my 5. My 5 today, and I don't use bad words, but it's my 5 bad A's for Black History Month. All right, and again, you may have more, but here are my 5 bad A's for Black History Month. Number 1 bad A, Bass Reeves. If you've never heard of him, he lived from 1838 to 1910. He was a U.S. Deputy Marshal. They say he arrested over 3,000 fugitives. He was known to be an excellent marksman, have nerves of cold steel, and many people believe that actually the story some of us grew up watching, The Lone Ranger, was actually probably based on his life. Number 2, strange name, Dory Miller. That's a guy. And Dory Miller was actually a mess attendant during the attack on Pearl Harbor. But, you know, he dropped the spatulas and the spoons. He took an anti-aircraft gun, had no training, shot down a couple of Japanese planes, and pulled several of his ship members to safety. He received the Navy Cross for heroism under fire. Number 3, bad A. And if you never, and some of these folks, we need some movies. Robert Smalls was a bad man. He was a former slave or slave person. He stole, listen to this, he stole a Confederate warship, hijacked the warship, impersonated a Confederate captain, sailed the ship 5 Confederate checkpoints, and delivered the ship to the Union. Robert Smalls later became a U.S. congressman, and he was one of the authors of the South Carolina Constitution. Robert Smalls was a bad man. Bessie Coleman, you may have heard of her. They've done a couple of movies. Bessie Coleman was denied entry into flight school in the U.S. She was a Black female. So she learned French first. So then she moved to France and earned her pilot's license in France. She was a fearless pilot and a stunt pilot as well. So she didn't let being a woman, being Black, nor speaking French stop her. Number 5, Toussaint Louverture, 1743 to 1803. He was a strategic genius during the Haitian Revolution. He led large-scale slave revolts. For those of you that may not know, Haiti became the first Black Irish Republic in the Western Hemisphere. So those are our 5 bad A's for Black History Month. I always give you 2 bonuses. You can look up on your own. Mary Fields, also known as Stagecoach Mary, was a bad woman. And Kathy Williams, who served in the U.S. Army. Look her up. She was a Buffalo soldier. We don't hear her name often, but she was one of the legendary Buffalo soldiers. So again, this is Black History Month. Engage yourself in some Black history. Engage your family. Let's talk about these people, make sure their stories and their legacies don't die. This has been Community Focus. We thank you guys for tuning in and joining us on Fridays at 2 p.m. Gregory T. Get well. We'll see you all next Friday.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud